Hey guys, Bungy here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Draw, where I share my lack of artistic skills with the general public. So, thank you for watching. As I can see, there are 4 concurrent viewers, which is... oh, it's dropped to 2. Okay. Yesterday's stream was a bit of a failure, so today I'm probably gonna make it a bit better than yesterday, hopefully. Okay. I wonder how today's speed paint will be about. If you're watching this video, please say something in the live chat so I've got something to talk about. Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick rough layout of what I am going to try and achieve here. According to the Squeeze Theorem, the perspective line in the middle should be squeezed between the 2 exterior ones. Because it's a pretty basic principle that if a function an is bounded between two equations, then the line in between must always be in between those bounds. Okay, if we pay attention to the actual values of this piece of work, then we will see where to start. For whoever is watching, I'm very happy that you're still here, because people usually don't stay this long when they're watching my streams. Just bear with me for a second while I figure this thing out. Okay. Just gonna mark in some values. like when you take online lectures, like during the coronavirus era, and your professor starts talking about stuff, and you're like just sitting there not saying anything because you don't know what to say, because you might have fallen behind in your lectures. This is exactly what I'm experiencing right now from the inactivity of my current viewers. So please do say something if you want to say it. This is a free speech environment, whether you like it or not. And YouTube is just say anything, but make sure YouTube won't ban me for you saying it. Oh my goodness. Who am I kidding? Medium brush? That sounds pretty alright in my opinion. Okay, I will select this color right here, and I will dilate this chroma. My apologies. I'm going to shift this chroma such that it approaches closer to the green variant. So I'm gonna shift it just towards that green, so it's right about there. And oh, what happened? Looks like something got messed up. So I'm gonna select that color variant there. I'm gonna shift it slightly towards the green without changing its value. Oh, boom, that looks like green right there. That looks like a perfect green, to be honest. Just gotta make sure that thing follows the perspective now, because if it doesn't follow the perspective, it's gonna look really off. And that's not gonna be pleasant. Further it goes up, the more it's going to actually shift towards that greener color. So I'm actually going to have to just keep on changing those chroma around until it's right. One concurrent viewer. Thank you very much for remaining here, even though you might be just my phone that's playing my live stream back to me. On my table. If I just go in here and I actually restrict that color a bit further back, I make that, maybe I can blend it better into its surroundings. Maybe I can actually blend that in a bit more, but who am I kidding? Just as long as I get this thing, as long as it looks okay, I'm happy. Maybe just make this thing look as if it's a bit like actually going up towards the sky in a linear fashion. Like so. By the way, the direction of this plant with respect to the bottom is pretty linear. Actually, this medium opacity brush is probably the best brush I've used so far. Something makes me feel that this is a bit too uniform. It should really be skewed a bit more to the one side rather than taking up the entire painting. Okay. Something tells me that should be moved over here a bit and made a bit smaller as to follow the correct perspective. Sorry for making this comically boring. I guess that's just how things run here. Welcome to the comically boring show. Thank you for being my one concurrent viewer whose retention is excellent. Oh, that makes it a lot better. Ooh. Redo, 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 redo. Redo, redo. Okay, that looks much better already, which is a good start. Looks a lot better already because the perspective has been slightly altered. Perhaps I can just extend these things right up there, have it look just as good. Ooh, there we go. That looks a lot better already, which is a good start. Oh, hello, I'm saying right away that I will not be these 2 days. I'll probably be on Monday and Tuesday. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Just thank you for coming anyways. I'm really happy that you're here. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you on Mondays and Tuesdays. Oh. Gotta get that a bit more into the blue range, because it's meant to blend in with the background. The further it is away from the further away it is from the front, the more it's gotta blend into that background, like that. Then it actually opens up to the light a lot quicker. Oh god, I shouldn't have woken up at 4 this morning. It's not really helping me right now. Okay. Now comes the trickiest part of all. Is to composite this such that it doesn't look terrible. Don't have the tangent lines. Ooh. Is it actually possible to make it so it doesn't have a tangent with these? I don't think so. Because of the perspective, everything's tangent to each other. Actually, I always feel like art is like a puzzle, like you're trying to solve something and make it work. And it takes a bit of actual brain power to do so. And that's exactly what I lack. Because I've been sleeping not enough. Honestly, guys, I'm not actually doing these streams because I actually want to do these streams. It's literally the best way to keep myself from procrastinating. If I'm not live streaming, then I'm procrastinating. If I'm not live streaming, I give an excuse for myself for procrastinating, which will send me into a spiral of insane, uncontrollable procrastination, which will absolutely destroy my schedule. So I'm actually procrastinating for the sake of improvement. Live streaming is one of the best ways to prevent yourself from procrastinating. Like, honestly, if you're counting down to 6 p.m. or like 5 p.m. to do live streams, then you really have to like get in the seat and start doing live streams. And you really can't procrastinate at all, which is a pretty good thing about live streaming compared to like just drawing in your spare time, as it forces you into the mindset of actually doing work instead of messing around like someone who will never get good. Okay, time to actually go over this with a alpha mask, alpha lock, and then just block in those places where you actually get the sunlight penetrating the plant. So that is the local color of a plant about there, and then that gets shifted towards the yellow in a linear fashion like so. And if I just go there and I go in up there and I fill that whole thing in, that will still look right, because that looks like sun going through a leaf and subsurface scattering. Alright, hey Yova, how's it going? Alright, I'll just send you a direct message on Instagram. Air server for Windows, OBS Studio for streaming, 10 megabits per second, 1080p, 60. Yep, 10 megabits per second is perfect for streaming. As you can see, guys, even though I've got that absolute insane green in there, it's still not messing up the overall feel of the piece. The reason behind why that's not messing up the piece is pretty simple. It's because it's shifted from where it shifted from the local value and local color of the plant to the subsurface. Boom. Makes it look nice. Just having a few of those subsurface plants can make an incredible impact, actually. If you're looking at if you are this plant and you're looking upwards and above you is a sky, what color will you see? Sky color. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pick a color that shifts slightly, ever so slightly, towards that sky color. And I'm going to increase its value ever so slightly. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fill that color in. Okay, it should go more towards the local color of the plant. I can tell I've messed up already. Because the sky is white, it goes through the leaf and it shows you what the color is behind the plant. Where the plant is facing directly towards the sun, the sky, is where you should be adding the subsurface scattering. Not all plants need subsurface though. Some just slightly shift towards your desired values. Actually, you can go in there and mix with a diffuse brush and then get a nice intermediary color. Actually, if you're looking at a plant from straight on, it's going to be pretty dark. Oh, wow. Thanks, man. Thank you for your kind words. I'm gonna write the most unenthusiastic, contrived, astroturfed reply I can possibly think of. Alright, that's probably the most contrived thing I can think of. Lesson 1 is to Oh my god, I can't actually believe I said that. Oh my god. What a loser. Hmm. You know what? I'm actually gonna finish this piece in my own time because I really need a bit of time to figure out exactly what I can do to improve it. So it might be helpful for me to stop doing this and create something new. Underwater sketch. I like to label everything based on the date. I'm just reading your bio from on your YouTube, and it seems like you're the same age as me, which is pretty interesting. Pinterest.com. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for watching. When in doubt, use Liquify. Liquify, when you go up here, you go, just go over there and just that's a lot more elegant than before, which is a good start, in my opinion. Oops. That's what you don't want to mess up. gonna be a pretty hectic. That's a messed up chin. That chin is messed up beyond recognition. Who am I kidding? I think the Procreate resizing system can be a bit better. You don't want to define that brow ridge way too much. Or it will just look odd and out of place. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this. Waste more time to finding that face where I'm gonna... That is not gonna happen. I'm actually spending way too much time on this thing. Shouldn't take this long, honestly. not gonna waste my time refining this. I'm just gonna go ahead and doodle some. Try and draw some dynamic animals, because humans is just too relatable and it's too darn easy to get stuff wrong, and it's gonna get into that uncanny valley which everyone talks about. You want to avoid the uncanny valley. You can turn your pretty good art into complete junk just because of that uncanny valley. Okay, I'm gonna pause that one there and draw some animals or something. Yeah, I must agree with you. Humans are so hard to draw. It's almost impossible. Like, for this person, if I like put some clothing on him or something, maybe it would make it a bit better. I'm not sure. Like if I just put like a t-shirt on this guy, it would stretch there, and it would come back here, like so. It's gonna come down here, or something like that, and it's gonna go like that's, honestly, I don't even know. This is just gonna go like that. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Like maybe like just a... Yeah, humans are so hard to draw. It's just, you know, like the way I do hands. I mean, I can... There is a trick for the hands, which I have found to work quite well. Just bear with me for a minute, please, while I try that one out. Okay. So what... Yeah, everyone hates drawing hands. That's just the fact of the universe. So I'm gonna try my silhouette technique to see if that will help at all. So what I will first do is I will clear this thing out, like so. Have a nice place to attach a hand to, and then go in here and silhouette it out like this. Like if the silhouette looks right, then the hand will look right. Like, I mean, if you want a dynamicism, you can go in a bit, like so. And then you can go like literally do anything but that. Do something like that, I'm guessing. No. And then you've got yourself a silhouetted demon hand, which is quite aesthetically pleasing in my humble opinion. I really like those demon hands, especially if they've got like claws on them. It's so cute and everything. Okay. You can sort of fake it, like if you're drawing like these silhouettes. Because you can just go down here like that, and then you can do another one over there, like so. And it should work out a tiny bit better than before. The eraser's way too big. Thank you for enduring my struggle. Okay, now I've got that silhouette thing sorted out, which I'm not super happy with, but whatever. I think that thumb is way too long for my liking. Like, this is not a perfect demonstration, but if you like you block out the boundaries of the hand and then you resize it to whatever size you want, then you go effect Liquify. You can do this in Photoshop as well. Yeah. I get it, man. I feel you. So you go in there and you slightly modify the curvature and stuff, like so. And then what you do is this is where you can start to actually cheat a bit. You go in here, change down your opacity to like 50%. And then you would go in there and get this finest brush and then just trace what you've done. You would go. You would go like that. You like to draw fish for some reason, yeah. Fish is coming up in the other one. Just bear with me, guys. I will get to fish later. Very soon. Okay, that's my general method to not completely mess up by using silhouettes. I've got a video on that as well, if you guys are interested. Just bear in mind that I'm no professional, so please do seek professional help if need arises. That's my general method to attacking hands. It's just to turn it into a silhouette and then trace it like so. And then you can just get rid of this. 30 minutes remaining, guys. My 2-hour daily practice session. One of the major reasons I stream is to stop myself from procrastinating, which is a common problem, I believe, in the world of artists. People procrastinate and they never get things done. And I'll try to avoid that at all costs. Okay, dynamism. Okay, if you want to draw like a small round fish, well, you can just base that off like some generic shape and stuff. Like you can have yourself a fish like this. Ooh, see, like when you draw like dynamic curves, what I've found is that if you start like squiggling it too much, it's gonna look like a tentacle. It's not gonna look right. So what I recommend you do is to just follow it one swift stroke. Make sure its dynamics works with the overall design. In this case, it does not work because the angle is not tilted nearly enough. You might be much better drawing fish than me, to be honest. I don't draw fish very often. But it's all about like following a general curvature. Gaussian curvature. Like you have a little fish here. Then you have a little fish there. Then you would have you would have like you know those smiling puffer fishes that like, have you seen those before? Those pufferfish that are always like smiling and they just look at you while they devour an entire massive crab in one bite. Look it up on YouTube, it's pretty funny. Like, the top part of fishes are actually meant to be a lot more. So, top part top part is like, it's more like this, and then it's more like that than like a bullet or something. It's the best way to describe it. I'm by no means a professional, guys, but I have discovered something. Yeah, by the way, please go and check out my Instagram. It's at bungystudios if you're interested in seeing my final pieces. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. What color should this fish be? I'm gonna make it like goldfish colors, like koi fish colors. Like a natural color, like red. But before we do that, I've got a pretty interesting concept I would like to show you. And that involves the fundamental theorem of color shifting that I have discovered. I'm by no means a pro, as I've said before. Okay, just 1 second, please. I'm still here, just hang on a second. There's something that requires switching off the Alright guys, so this is the color wheel. It's a pretty basic color wheel, the one in Procreate. And I'll make a more in-depth video on this topic in the future, but from my own research and theories, I've come up with a theory about linear color transition. So say you have a color that is here. Say you have a green color here, and the color of your sky is here, approximately there. So that color is actually going to shift there. And how much it's going to shift is going to depend on how dark the local value is, the other light sources are, and how strong the light source is. So there are a few other videos done by other artists who are much more qualified than I am, but they are artists, and I'm actually studying, I'm actually going to get a degree. I'm actually studying computer graphics in college right now, and some other artists say that the color shifts towards the gray, like so, as if there's a magnet in the gray area. But what I've discovered is that the color actually is completely straight. It's completely straight. It shifts as long as it's RGB, MCYK. As long as it's the RGB model, the color is going to be completely linear. If you have a yellow object and it's going to be affected by the sky, it's going to go through that gray, that black area in the middle. So the best way to demonstrate this really quickly, I'm going to make a more in-depth video about this in the future to come. So please stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. So what I've discovered is that, say you've got this color, like so. And then you've got one side of it. Just gonna alpha lock this. And then you're gonna go soft brush. Okay. So this fundamental theorem of color transition postulates that the color is gonna shift from green towards this blue here. And the values are going to change as well. So you're going to have to update the value like so. Boom. You've got yourself a pretty nice harmonious shadow color. You know those artists who say that you have to shift your colors as you are adding shadows. That is true, but they talk about using the other color model, which is this one. So they talk about so say your color is here and you want to shift it to another color as you're making it darker. If you're just having it like if you're just having it like you, what's the best way to explain it to you? Okay, so you have this color, right? Got this color, this green, and you want to add a shadow. A lot of other artists would say to make it darker. This is a very common error. If you make it darker, it's just going to be the same color, and it's going to look a bit muddy if you shift it to the same color. So what people usually do is they either go warmer or cooler. So they go a bit cooler. If the light is a sky light, as you can see there, that color is a lot more natural. Or alternatively, you can shift it so it is a bit warmer. Oh, that looks a bit poopy. But still, it looks like a superior kind of shadow to as if you're just making it a darker shade of itself. You can see like these two. Like these two look better, but this one looks kind of muddy. So other artists teach that you make it either warmer or cooler. You shift the hue of the shadow a bit. But from my research, it's a linear transition through the color wheel, as long as it's an RGB model and not a red, yellow, and blue model. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. The fish is our #1 priority. Okay, we have the fish's local color, which is going to be this kind of orange, that orange there. And you have the fish. You have the local value of the color of the fish. Just going to quickly block that in and clean it up a bit. Sorry about all that ramble before. Thank you for staying with me. I can ramble on about colors and theory all day, but that won't really help me if I don't practice. That's the point of live streams, is to force myself to practice. I might get a drink of water. Thank you very much. I'm thinking of making like more meme videos, like not just art, but actually like making jokes and stuff while I'm doing it. But I've been really sleep deprived for the last 2 days, so I really can't think of anything much. Okay. There we go. Oops. That's the problem with iPad, is that you always accidentally press the home button. Yeah, and I'll follow you back on Instagram if you follow me now. Ooh. If you follow me now on Instagram, I'll follow you back. Okay. I bag hours, man. I bag hours. Okay, now that fish is blocked in, like so, the next step is to alpha lock it. Yep. And then you have that local color of that fish, which is the orange. And it would be quite boring to just have an orange fish, right? That's why you sort of shift the color. You kind of shift the color a bit, so it's like an actual goldfish. You have like a... I'm actually going to search up some references about goldfishes. Okay, it turns out the goldfish is a bit redder at the top. So I'm going to make this fish a bit redder at the top by applying a soft brush to the top of the fish. Always use hue variations, as it improves the overall direction. Okay, I'm actually going to duplicate this fish right here and now to prove a point. Duplicate. Okay, I'm going to prove a point. And that point is to merge the layers. Okay, that's just a bad decision in my opinion. You might be asking why I'm using Procreate instead of Photoshop or like Clip Studio or like Paint Tool Sci. It's because I actually prefer iPads now to actual Wacom Cintiqs. Feel like it's much better to take on the go. So that's just my opinion. So the problem with when you have a color like this and then shifting the colors manually is that you've actually got a hue shift on the top of the fish, and that's gonna get really messed up if you try and do that manually. So I'm gonna have to create a good old multiply layer, and then add a sort of bluer hue, and then I'm gonna just go over this whole thing. Oops. Alpha lock that. Alpha lock the fish. Then what you want to do is you want to go in there with a white. Just clear out. That looks kind of a bit better if I say so myself. Makes it a bit more natural, I guess. But it's still nowhere near the amount of natural that I expect. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to I'm going to merge these two layers, and I'm going to make it so this fish looks like it's having subsurface scattering. Subsurface scattering. By shifting the color a bit towards yellow, and then increasing its value. Actually, screw that. I'm just gonna go ahead and render this fish out. There are many ways to render a fish. Actually, I might as well merge this. merge down, and merge down. I'll just grab this fish. And I might as well just triple tap it. Copy it. And then go back to my other piece. And then go add, paste. That looks a bit better. But let's be honest here. It's not gonna really work if the perspective is not right. Am I right? So like you can have this fish like literally swimming around like that. Ooh, fish is hiding. Fish is hiding. Oh, where's fish? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Alright, whatever. That's just a bit of lameness. Now that we have fish, we can just move fish around and have it so the perspective is right. If we have the fish take up most of the focal area, then it might... Like another thing that I've learned over the years of not doing the best is to rule of thirds. Like if you cut this canvas into like 3x3 grids like so, you want the main focal point to be one of those intersections. So in my case, I'm going to have the fish a bit there. Maybe a bit further down to have the correct perspective. But that's as far down as I'm putting it. Okay, now on to actually rendering the fish. Okay, we would do another alpha lock. Then we would grab grab ourselves a painting brush. And then we would just go in here and just pick that color there and then just make that into a hard edge. Make those soft edges into a hard edge. Make it so that actually looks like scales. I should go in there and render it, like actual render it. What I usually do is I just grab the airbrush, digital airbrush, and I just go soft brush. Then I just go and lasso this whole area here. Oops. Then I would shift this right up there, like literal insane amount of brightness. That should be reflecting the sky color. So I'm actually gonna literally just have it so the color goes straight up to the brightest possible value. I'm actually going to pick that from the sky above. That color there. Okay. Okay, that's not completely working, but I'll find some way to make it work. 7 minutes remaining until the 2 hours is up. I'll take off the alpha lock now. Looks like I've gone over the time. Might just wrap this up, guys, real quick. I will be finishing this off camera, maybe in tomorrow's stream. So I think it's time to say our farewells while I still can, while I'm still awake. So I think that's pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for staying with me all this time, 2 concurrent viewers. If you would like to see more, please hit that red subscribe button and turn that notification bell icon on. That would really help. And alternatively, you can go and follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/bungystudios. So that's bungystudios on Instagram, and I'll follow you back. And that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in my videos. Good night, guys. Have a great evening.